Hey everyone, Elwyn Flyer here, and I'm doing another tier list video, and I'm joined by a really special guest today as well. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. My name is Jay, or Captain Falcon. Big Marth fan and Lynn fan, and I'm glad to be collabing with Elwyn here.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited to have you on. We started discussing the idea for collabing, and I was super into it. I'd wanted to do a tier list for duo and harmonized heroes, and I'm glad Jay agreed to be here with me, so thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
So we're gonna just jump right into it because there are 31 of them now in the game, which is pretty darn wild. So we'll start off with who we have here first on the list, which is the harmonized pair of Bridal Catria and Bridal Thea, who I think at this point has kind of fallen off, but I still find use in mind. Did you ever pull a copy of her, Jay?
Yeah, I have a copy of her, but I don't really use her that much. I should probably put her on my defense. Like, Elamine stops her, but I think she's still really good.
Yeah, and honestly, if you
Just
throw
not
her.
everybody's gonna have Elamine.
Exactly. Well, and if you throw
Really?
her onto her dark defense, she's still really good.
Mm.
So
Also, is the tier list, are we keeping it the default S, A, B, C, D, or?
yeah, I think that's pretty good. I wouldn't call any of these heroes an F tier in any sense, would you?
Yeah, I don't even know if I put any in E, unless, I don't know, it depends on
Yeah,
how
yeah,
big
well,
the gap you think is.
yeah, we'll
I
we'll
don't know.
see. I think they're all pretty darn good. Starting with Katria here with their harmonized skill, which I know when they came out caused a fuss. So it grants the following effect to units and allies from the same title. So this goes to Fire Emblem 6 and Echoes games. They get the Resonance Blade effect and Desperation, and if unit initiates combat, unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack. So it's super duper nice to have just like that immediate desperation. Their
I didn't even
axe,
realize it was that stacked.
yeah, no, it's super good. Plus their own axe is really good, and they came with attack speed push, which is a whole other thing, as we'll see with many other units on here. And they
Yeah,
have
99%.
Oh yeah, literally. They have a near trace skill, and they also have a rain. So I'm inclined to honestly put them into S tier already because just they're so
Hmm.
broken as a unit and as a support unit too. What do you think?
I agree. They're the only unit that can give brave attacks for free, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly, which is
Um,
just immediately good.
and I've lost to a lot, so
Yeah. No,
like
until
in Aether Raids, I'm like, oh, I can take this, and then I get brave hit, and I'm dead.
yeah, and the brave hit just comes out of almost nowhere. You feel like and you're like, wait. So yeah,
And the
I'm
movement stuff. So
oh yeah, and the movement
not only does she
shenanigans
get the brave,
too.
it's like you can make her allies reach farther than you think.
Absolutely. So yeah, we'll put her into S tier just because she's just so good still. And no, you can't maybe run her in Anima season anymore because of Elamine, but that doesn't stop her from being a nightmare in other modes. So
Uh-huh.
next,
But I
yeah,
agree. Definitely
oh,
S tier. Definitely S tier.
definitely S tier. So next up, we have a duo hero I don't see as much anymore, which is Bridal Micaiah, which is her and Soth from Radiant Dawn. I'm just pulling up their duo effect here. I think their effect at the time was pretty impactful, and it's kind of fallen
Well,
off
see, this
now.
was a weird one for me because, like in Aether Raids, obviously you can't really use dual skills. And here's
Hmm.
my dog barking. I'm sorry about that.
We love
Um,
dogs.
But like I think dominance by itself, if we're just looking at it on its own, it's actually stupid broken.
Oh
Like
yeah.
it makes like I remember when it came out, people were saying that like a level one Donald could kill like a brave Edelgard or
Oh my
something like
god.
that.
Oh my god, Donald.
It's like all the debuffs just gives like I don't know how it works exactly. It's like true damage or something. But
Mm-hmm.
dominance, I've used it before in trying to clear abyssal maps in one turn, and it's helped me a lot.
Amazing.
Because it's
Yeah.
just really strong on paper, but obviously you can't use it all the time, and some units also have penalty neutralization. So yeah,
Yeah. No, and so I don't see dominance as much, being used in Aether raids, but the fact that, it's looking at the effect here, its unit deals additional damage equals total penalties on foe for one turn. And you can stack up penalties pretty high. So I think that's a really helpful duo effect. And then it's Micaiah, so of course her tome is effective against armored and cavalry foes, which are huge threats in the meta still today. And then what else did she come with here? Attack Res Push 4, Mystic Boost, and Attack Res Oath. And she's one of the few units with a Mystic Boost. And also one of the few units with an Oath skill too. Plus their art is cute as well. We're thinking about the art, but I think Jay and I both agreed beforehand that we're not too picky on the art for any of these heroes. They're all pretty good art.
Yeah, I guess the duo skill is honestly better than her as a unit. Like, she's still good, but I would put her in A tier.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I think she can be really good, but I think she just doesn't quite reach the amazing potential that Catria has.
When she came out, there was only like 2 or 3 at the time.
Oh yeah, like it was like her and Bramimond maybe at that point.
Yeah, and now she has her legendary version, which is also pretty good.
Yeah, her legendary version definitely. Exactly. Yeah, she. Yeah, I put her in A as well. Yeah, I think she now is in a class where there are a lot more colorless tomes. Her kit itself isn't necessarily the best, so you'd want to put investment into her, but she has a really good duo effect still. So definitely in A. I think she's a very strong unit still. I don't see her as much anymore.
Not super meta.
No, exactly. It's speaking of super meta though, I think we can both agree that Hatari Azura goes to S tier immediately.
Yeah, and we might get her for free, so everybody might have her.
Exactly. I wouldn't necessarily be upset about that because I am an Azura fan. I don't know if I would merge her into my current one because she also comes with Fury 4, she comes with a Far Trace, and then she has Cross Spur Res.
Yeah, her father's nice. I liked Azura when I first played Fates, but then I guess my opinion kind of changed over. I don't know if you played Fates, but...
Oh, that was my first Fire Emblem game. Was Fire Emblem Birth? Yeah, Birthright was my first ever Fire Emblem.
So you know what like the review was.
Oh yeah, and that that was Fates has some interesting story elements. Let's put it that way.
I was like, oh, because I married her.
Oh no!
Like, oh, that's why I was like, oh.
You're like, that kind of sours my opinion a bit. Totally fair, honestly. But yeah, her...
Not that I hate her or anything, it's just...
Yeah, it makes it weird. It makes it hard. Her harmonized skill, because it is Azura and lean, it grants another action to the units with the highest HP within 2 spaces that's already acted from their same games. And there are a lot of, especially Fates units, so that's really not that hard to make use of. You compare her up with Duo Ninja Corrin in particular, that is a very deadly pair.
Oh, that's nice.
And both of them are on the Hero Rises banner coming up. So yeah.
She's definitely S. She's pretty much a better version. Well, Legendary Azura is getting refined, so...
Yeah, once we know Legendary Azura is refined, we'll see. But I would argue that at this point, she might be better than Legendary Azura. And
yeah, right now, definitely better.
Yeah, and she's Cav too. We'll get to the other Cav dancer later, but right now I would put Azura staying in S. Awesome. So our most recent duo hero is next on the list, which is Duo Chrom.
Menace to society.
Literally, I'm thankfully able to handle them in arena even at +10 with +10 legendary Dimitri because he can tank them. He has color advantage.
Yeah. Oh, Dimitri takes him.
But with a charged Deadeye, they deal some pretty nasty damage. So let's take a look.
Marth can take him, but
nice.
It depends what build they are, though.
I've seen a lot.
I've seen some speed ones.
Yeah.
Like legendary Chrom runs.
Yeah, and even though their speed's lower. Yeah. So, definitely
really scary.
Yeah, so I given his fodder, because he comes with Deadeye, he comes with the new Close Salvo, Time's Pulse, which just helps him get his special charged faster. And his bow helps him accelerate his special charge too, so he is not something to be laughed at. They're a deadly pair. I just don't know. Given my experience with them, I don't know if I'd put them in S, but I would argue for like top of A tier.
You think so? I think it's easy S.
You think it's S? Okay, I'm definitely willing to put them in S. Like, they are really good. I think got lucky that I had Dimitri to go against them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because even if I had Dimitri, it's just like the fact that he can go for free and get -1 cooldown for no reason, basically.
Very true. Yeah, him having that.
All the stats, and then the duo skill is absolutely stupid.
Oh yeah, that's. So yeah, I can put them in S. Well, it'll be interesting to see them in a few months for sure, since they are our most recent one. But I mean, I've gone up against some +10 ones already, and there's a variety of builds. But definitely summoner duels. It'll be interesting to see how people make use of the duo skill.
Are you gonna put them in A? I don't care.
I put him in S. I put him in S. You convinced me. My Dimitri bias was strong, but Chrom and Robin can hang out in S.
I don't have a blue unit in my arena core. So.
I have probably too many blue units. Oh. But yeah, Chrom I think will continue to be a threat and maybe full-on menace to society yet.
Yeah, because I don't see a red bow becoming better than him.
No, at least not for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, the other, honestly, menace to society is next, which is Duo New Year's Dagr, who my Ninjoran team, we beat them, thankfully. This unit is just, you press a button, you get Pathfinder.
Have you seen the posts on, like, rival domains where you can, like, make a Congo line with the
Yep.
Pathfinder?
Yep, it's absolutely insane. So just that alone, I'm inclined to say S tier. They also come with the, I think it's Dagr's PRFB skill, attack speed push, attack defense rain. They have a really good weapon as well. So if you can get your hands on just one of these, then you're good.
I have 2 of them, actually.
You have 2 of them? Oh my goodness.
I don't really use the Pathfinder too much, but I definitely can, I guess.
Yeah, when you, like, it's nice to just have that option if you want to use it.
And their weapon's really cool because it's a combination of Dagr and Note's weapon.
Well, that's nice.
Weapons, pretty much. Like the penalties and the buffs.
Mm-hmm. No, that's awesome. I haven't really looked closely at their weapon before. I sparked for them, and now they just kind of sit in my barracks, and I'm like, maybe I should use them. But I
need to get lazy and change my defense. Maybe
Me too. My dark defense team is fine. My anima defense team, though, maybe I'll throw them on there. So yeah, I think for us, we're saying an S tier for them. They just provide so much utility, and they're a really good unit themselves. You can't go wrong. I am glad, though, that not everyone is getting them for free, though.
Yeah.
I am absolutely okay with them staying a little more limited, but they will come back. Double special hero banners are great for that.
For sure.
We have next is the baby, I call them babies, but it's young Erika and Ephraim. They're babies, and this is once again a unit I feel like everyone like lost it for when they first released, and I just don't see them anywhere.
You don't see them because it's a sword infantry, so there's so much competition now.
Yeah,
and
it's
always
tricky.
has been, but like, in my opinion, Brave Mart's just a better version of them. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, but they are pretty good. They have, I forgot what their weapon does. It's like deals damage based.
So yeah,
them, I think. Yeah,
it's the Blade of Renee, and of course it gives that special trigger cooldown -1. So if they initiate combat or they're within 2 spaces of an ally, they get +5s to all stats. And if there's a bonus or penalty active on them, it deals damage of 20% of foe's damage. And then it can restore HP up to 20% of the foe's damage too if they deal damage. So like it's a handy weapon. Their duo skill is granting dodge to unit and allies within 3 rows and 3 columns centered on unit. Plus, their duo skill is one of the ones that can be used again. So if at
right.
Yeah, so if at the start of odd number turns, if duo skill has already been used, unit can use duo skill again, which is really nice and nothing wrong with getting dodge. They also come with distant foil, null follow-up, and then joint drive speed, all of which are super duper good skills. I do think when I see them, I see more people just put distant counter on them since distant foil doesn't allow them to counter everything. But they already come with like a really set kit.
Yeah, they're pretty solid, but like maybe they're top 10 sword infantry, maybe.
Yeah, I could see them being top 10, but they're so limited is the problem.
Yeah, they're so limited. I rarely ever fight some, so I mean they are seasonal after all.
Yeah, exactly. Baby banner seasonal. So, I mean, I think their duo effect is useful, and the fact that it can be used again is very, very nice. So I'm inclined.
Yeah, I put them at the top of B or like low A, maybe.
Yeah, I'd argue low A, just looking at the fact that they also come with really good skills, and you can just use them as a good unit out of the box. So I would say a low A for them is pretty respectable.
Yeah.
So I'm good with that. All right, let's look at this same game and same unit. I think one of the few units to be in 2 duos is Duo Ephraim, where he's paired with Lyon. And this duo is arguably one of the most rarest units in the game.
Yeah, they're not even in the regular pool, which is hilarious.
Yeah, which is so funny, you know. They just show up on...
They show up on Hero Fest, pretty much.
Yeah, they were Hero Fest, and, like, I think they came on one of the more recent remix banners, which was... Everyone's like, oh, okay, like, cool. That's nice, but...
Yeah.
I don't know how well they have aged. I used to use them a lot as my go-to Lance unit, but when you compare them to a lot more recent units...
Sorry to interrupt you, but...
No, that's okay. Go ahead.
I fought a lot of them, and I don't really have an issue with them anymore. Before, I'd be scared of them, but I feel like now I have better units to deal with them. I don't know. They are pretty good, but... Legendary Dimitri... Did Legendary Dimitri come out after him? I'm pretty sure
he did, yeah. And Legendary Dimitri just kind of blows them out of the water in terms of a Lance unit.
He has more to the table than Ephraim.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the dual skill's okay. It's like, gives him, I think it was this one movement, I think?
Yeah, to infantry and armor units, which when you look at a lot of duo skills now, that's unfortunately lackluster. Their weapon is nice because it is effective against armor and cavalry and grants them attack +3. And then they also have Heavy Blade 4, which is surprisingly a rare skill. They have low attack defense and odd attack wave, which is so funny seeing like an attack wave skill on a premium unit.
Mm-hmm. I know, right? The wave skills used to be so sought after back then.
Oh yeah, no, they were super hard to come by now, which is so funny because now you don't see anybody running them.
Yeah, now you just, well, at least for me, like, Brave Marth user, I just breathe and I get buffs. So.
Yeah, exactly. Brave Marth's like, I exist, I am amazing. So, and yeah, you just, unfortunately, like, they're still good, and if you have a +10 version of them, they're gonna be really solid. But in terms of duo heroes, I'm kind of leaning towards B tier, like bottom of B tier even. Like,
yeah, I'd say B because they have more competition now.
Yeah, they're going up against a lot of, like, Lance units are so abundant anyways, even, like, Lance infantry. As a Dimitri user, like, I can say he's unfortunate. My duo Ephraim unfortunately sits unused. So, they were really good back in the day.
I definitely picked Dimitri over Ephraim.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm very glad to hear that. I love Ephraim too, but Dimitri's kind of number one. All right, we have...
I didn't say the new Carla is better than him.
Oh yeah, I didn't get the new Carla, but I have a friend who did, and they absolutely love her. She is so busted, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't think she was that good, but then I realized she can just spam specials.
Exactly, yeah, being able to spam specials, especially in, like, AR, super good. Yeah. So I may try and get a copy of her when she shows up again someday, but yeah, sorry duo Ephraim. We like you, but you just didn't retain your value.
Yeah, in 2 years you'll get refined and be back.
Yeah, exactly. And then we'll see him on a banner again, right? Like,
yeah. So you're going to B, right?
Yeah, B tier I think is good for duo Ephraim. Okay, I just pulled up their kit here. So we have duo Spring Idunn, where she was paired up with Faye. And it's kind of nice to talk about them now because we also saw Idunn get an Ascendant ult, which is definitely a power crept version of this. So, looking at their duo skill here, it's grants defense and res +6, and following status to unit and allies within 5 rows and 5 columns centered on unit for 1 turn. So it'll neutralize effective against dragon bonuses and effective against armor bonuses, which is nice. It's a very, very handy skill. And then they came with Sturdy Stance 3, Vengeful Fighter 3, and Goad Dragons. Which I don't know how rare Goad Dragons is, but definitely I think the best part of their kit itself is Sturdy Stance 3 at this point. You'd likely want to change up some of her skills, and her dual skill is good, but not on the level of the other duo skills that we've ranked highly.
Yeah, it's pretty, like, because, like, so many aren't, well, Brave Hector exists, so you can just have it without having to use
Yeah, exactly.
And then her new Ascended version also is not weak to armor, so.
Yeah.
But I think she's still pretty good, though.
I think as a unit, yeah, she is good. Absolutely.
Because she's still, like, there's not many red dragon armors, really, because she's pretty much a better version of her regular.
Yeah, she is basically upgraded normal Idunn, and now Ascended Idunn is just blue duo Idunn. But yeah, I think in terms of like red armor dragons, she's probably the best, if not maybe just second best even.
Yeah, and I'd say her and Halloween Myrrh are the best.
Oh yeah.
Dragons.
Yeah,
for near saving, definitely for near saving is really good.
Yeah, you could put a near save skill on her.
So what do you think? I think
I think, maybe her duo's not the best, but I think as a unit she still holds up better than duo Ephraim. So I'm kind of leaning towards A tier for her.
Yeah, if we were making this a year ago, I'd probably put her in S.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Like back when she first came out, she was a huge threat. So I am inclined to say she's A tier because she's still a really good unit. You would want to invest into her, and her duo skill's not the best, but she can get more use than the boys in B tier.
Yeah.
Or
there isn't as much competition with her. So.
No, exactly. She's in a spot where she can really dominate that field. But yeah, we're a couple units in. Next up is, to date, our only trio duo unit.
Yeah, trio Palla. Yeah.
The trio Palla. Let me just see if I can find their kit here. I thought this was such a cute idea, having the baby White Wing sisters.
Oh, definitely. That year, 2020 Faye was like arguably the most fun I ever had in Faye when they released that.
It was like top tier year for you as a big Arcanea fan, which is awesome.
Yeah, that was really exciting.
Nice. I was pretty excited when they came out too. I got a couple copies of them, and my one once again just sits in my barracks, which is too bad.
Yeah, same for me now, but it was fun to use at the time. I feel like she's just restricted because her weapon has to deal with flyers, and I understand why.
Yeah, exactly. They're the White Wing sisters.
So. Yeah, they're the White Wings, yeah. So.
Yeah, and same, their duo skill is nice because, once again, it can be used again if you already used it once and it comes back to an odd number turn. But it only gives flying allies the extra movement. They also come with Mirror Impact. They have Chill Attack Speed 2, and then Goad Flyers. So
nice chill skill.
Nice. Ooh, we love those double chills, which we now have a double chill skill in the Sacred Seals now. So you'd want better skills on her if you're gonna use her. I do not see them anymore, and I'm very inclined, just given their kit, how powerful they are, what they can do to support their allies. I'm gonna say B tier probably.
Yeah, honestly, I hate to say this, but they might even be C.
If you're saying C, I'm gonna trust you because you know about the Arcanea cast.
It's more, well, it's like they're just restricted to team. Like they have to be on a flying team if you want to make the most use of them.
Mm-hmm.
And their weapon, it definitely could be strong, but other than that, the dual skill's not too impressive. I don't know. I don't think they stick out that much. Like.
No, and then once they're in a really congested class of Lance Flyers, probably
and
the most.
Exists, so you can just kind of do the same thing they're doing.
Yeah, they just
flying everywhere,
Yeah, it's just
top of C, honestly, for me.
Yeah, literally, like your legendary Sheeta just came out, so
yeah.
I don't know.
Just came out, so.
The queen literally just arrived, so I think most people are going to be using her because she comes with the built-in trace in her weapon and just is overall better. So I'm so sorry to the baby White Wing sisters. They were fun when they came out, and they've just unfortunately fallen off.
Yeah, it's the fate of a lot of Lance Flyers. Even if you're premium, you're still gonna fall off.
Absolutely, that's just how it goes. It's how it goes. So our next duo, this was a big deal when they first released, because they were the first ever cavalry dancer, which really, really changed up the game. So duo Sigurd.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just interested. Go ahead.
I was going to mention the duo skill, because isn't it like reposition dance?
It is, yeah. It's super handy. As long as you position everyone correctly, you can absolutely just repo your units out of there, which is it's still so practical. And because it's a duo skill, it's applicable to anybody. It's not just limited to games that the unit is from.
Yeah. You have a copy of them?
I do. I have one copy of them, thankfully, from when they first came out. And they are strong enough, but I argue that you really don't need to merge them. They are there to dance.
Oh, definitely not.
They are there to dance and help out. They have attack res bond 4, they have lull attack res, and joint hone res. They are, in AR, they occasionally get a kill in, but primarily they are running Wings of Mercy because I need them to dance my team.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't even have a copy of them. That's why I went for Azura. I was like, I need a Cav Dancer.
Yeah, Cav Dancer.
She's better than him, I think.
Oh, she is. She's definitely an upgraded version of the duo Sigurd. So if we're saying she's, Azura's better, are we going to put Sigurd, are we going to do bottom of S, or should we do top of A? Because I think they're still so useful. If you have one copy of them, then you absolutely want to make use of them. They are super good to have.
Yeah, I don't know. It just depends what you look at it, because if they're, like, every dancer in the game, in my opinion, has inherent value because they can dance.
Mm-hmm.
So automatically they already are higher ranked than like other units. But like you can just look at it and be like, oh, he's also a Cav Dancer, so he'd be an S tier with Azura. But you can also argue he's an A because he's not as stacked in terms of support.
No, he's not stacked in terms of support for sure. Yeah, I think top of A, because they are a dancer, so inherent usefulness. But they don't have the offensive capabilities that I think Harmonized Azura can bring to the table. They are strictly best used as a support.
Yeah. If Azura didn't exist, then I put him in this.
Oh yeah, like
he would only be the only
he was the only Cav Dancer up until that point, and Hatari Azura just rolled up and said, "I'm about to ruin your whole purpose in life."
Yeah.
Really just like ruin Sigurd's career.
He's still pretty good.
He's
to dance. And but like when I face him in Aether Raids, I'm not like scared of him really.
No,
because Azura can hit decently hard. Actually.
Oh yeah, no, Azura, even if you switch out her A skill from Fury, if you switch it, I know Theron, for example, shout out to Theron on YouTube here. He, I think, put Swift Sparrow 3 on his Hatari Azura, and that helps him out a lot too, because her stats are really high still. Whereas Sigurd, I think...
And she's fast.
Yes, super fast.
Slow, right?
Sigurd is on the slower side. I think most Sigurd alts are. He is definitely more attack-based.
Yeah, he's got 18 base speed, so...
Ooh, okay, yeah. We're gonna leave him an A then. I think they're a really cute duo pair. Definitely, it was so nice to see them finally get a duo together with Sigurd and Deirdre, but...
Wholesome.
It was very wholesome. When are we gonna get the Marth Sheeta duo, though? Come on.
Not anytime soon, because I'm broke.
Jay's like, please, I need to save my orbs for a little bit.
Yeah, don't give it to me too soon.
Yeah, exactly. But, like, sometime, please. Alright, we got 2 Halloween duos up next. The first one that we'll look at is Halloween Sothis. I have someone on my friend list with a +10 Halloween Sothis, which is absolutely insane. Sothis naturally... So, their duo skill, it grants null follow-up to units and allies within 2 spaces. If unit or an ally within 2 spaces has their special cooldown count at its maximum value, grants them special cooldown count -1. And then, let's see. They also have, at start of odd number turns, if duo skill has already been used, unit can use duo skill again. So, granting null follow-up. Null follow-up, especially with today's most commonly seen units, null follow-up is so impactful.
Yeah, for sure. But them as a unit, I don't see them that much.
No.
At least my experience.
I have not either, besides the plus 10 one on my friends list. Let's see. They also come with Sirius, because Sothis. They have Attack Speed Solo 4, Dragon's Wrath 3, and the Attack Speed Rain. I think a lot of people foddered them off for Dragon's Wrath to other dragon units. So, I think that...
Yeah, but them as a unit, like stat-wise, I think they have a lot, because they can stack a ton of stats.
Oh, they can. No, really good speed, really good attack. Plus...
decent defenses.
Yeah, plus built-in DC to Sothis's weapon. Super nice. Neutralizes effective against dragons. Like, this is a good unit. You just don't see them. And that duo effect, I think, doesn't get looked at that much. That null follow-up is so good.
But it doesn't get looked at as much because male Byleth just gives it for free without having...
No, that's true. That's true. What if you don't have a male Byleth?
What'd you say?
What if you don't have a male Byleth like me? I guess maybe you can get him on a Hero Rises banner now, but...
Yeah, I don't have him either, so we're in the same boat.
Yeah, so where would you put her with all of that? Like, yes, male Byleth is clearly her main competition, as he can just provide it, but if you manage to get a Halloween Sothis, that's a really good duo skill, and they're actually pretty solid as a unit.
Yeah, there's a lot of blue dragons, but there isn't too many flying blue dragons. I think there's only like 5.
Yeah, it's a limited pool to pull from.
And I'd argue she's the best one. Right now. But I wouldn't put her S tier. I'd put her top A.
Yeah.
Maybe middle of A.
Yeah, I put her after, probably after Sigurd there.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think that's good. I think that duo skill is actually super handy if you don't happen to have legendary male Byleth like Jay and I. And you do have her, then you can make good use of it. So, very, very nice.
One of the duos that's, like, overlooked.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
She's a Three Houses character. Still kind of overlooked in my opinion.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Not the greatest ever, but still pretty good.
But still very, very solid as a duo unit. So our Halloween duo, and this is the duo unit that started it all, was Halloween Hector.
Yeah, he was the first one.
This is the first ever duo unit, and everyone went so bonkers for that first duo skill, which, you know, has unfortunately not aged the best. It just gave splash damage.
Yeah, because Surtur's Refine is going to have, like, Bolt Tower with 40 damage immediately.
Oh, yeah, we know, yeah, Surtur's just going to roll up and be like, I'm doing your job, but better. In terms of his kit, though, too, he does, with his sword, I believe, have armor effectiveness. And he comes with distant counter. He also, his B armor skill was the first to introduce the follow-up skills, I believe. What are they called again? Yeah, so he was the first to give odd follow-up.
Nobody uses those skills.
Yeah.
They're not as consistent as the regular.
They are not. No, and I think stat-wise, too, he's not very good at tanking distant hits either anymore. So, he just...
Hector in general isn't the best because he doesn't have the highest res.
No.
So...
You gotta invest in this res. I have a plus 10 legendary Hector now, and he needs all the help when tanking magical hits.
But he's actually pretty good with res because he gets a lot of attack debuffs. He's not bad.
So no, he's still, like, I still like pulling mine out to use. They're also just a really cute duo as well.
Yeah.
Now, do we think they are as good, maybe in line with Ephraim, or C?
C for me.
Yeah. I would put them above duo Palla.
Yeah, because armor units, like, at least now, because saves the meta, like, every armor unit got better when the saves came out.
Yeah, and funnily enough...
Hector's not the best. He can still be good near saving if you really want to do it.
Exactly, and funnily enough, too, he was actually the unit that showed the leak for the save skill on the Winter Banner when they did that Summoner Duels video.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they were using Halloween Hector and he had the new save skill, so Kudos to you, Halloween Hector.
Yeah, I put him C. So
Yeah.
You think he's better than Palla?
I think he's better than Palla. I think he can get more skills. Flyers are unfortunately just so... They just don't have as many good options for skills compared to armors.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely, he'll chill in C tier, but we remember the good days.
Sure.
Now,
He's the very first one, so it's like, you can't expect too much from him now.
No, exactly. He's aged now, and he was a good first start.
He'll get eventually.
He will. I'm looking forward to that. That will be interesting to see for sure. Alright, we got next is the Halloween harmonized pair of Tiki, the young Tiki, and then Ninian, and I love Ninian a lot. So this duo got me very excited.
I love both of them.
I know a lot of people are on the young Tiki kind of downvote train because we got so many alts of her, but Tiki still plays an important role and is a very sweet character as well.
Yeah, she's like the daughter of Martha and Sheeta pretty much.
Yay! See, and that's so cute.
The adopted one. And the adult Tiki's getting her brave, so it's all good now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, adult Tiki's getting the attention she deserves too, so it's all good. So they have their harmonized skill. It grants the resonance blade effect of attack and speed +4, and it grants another action to ally with the highest HP that is within 2 spaces, has already acted, and is from the same titles as the unit. So it makes sense that they have a dance skill since Ninian is in the pairing and she is a dancer. They also come with a rally up speed plus. They have attack speed +4, aerobatics, and then Tiki special with everyone's skill.
Yeah, so what do you think? What do you think about her?
I mean, granting an extra dance is super helpful always. I am never going to poo-poo on a dance skill. I also think whenever I use them, they're actually a surprisingly good offensive unit as well. So
Well, they hit like a truck.
Yeah. So I think I'm inclined to either say like the bottom of A or the top of B.
Yeah. Similar thing with Sothis because she's one of the only blue dragon flyers.
Mm-hmm.
Like her weapon hits really hard because it's kind of like a blade tone effect.
Exactly. Yeah.
And honestly, they're actually one of the only dragons that can really use dive bomb.
Yeah, which is super
they
cool.
Can use dive bomb pretty well actually.
Ooh.
Yeah. And they have dragon effectiveness as well, which Sothis doesn't have, I think.
Yeah, Sothis negates dragon effectiveness, but Tiki is effective against dragons, which is really helpful. There's a lot of tough dragon units out there, especially with Ascended Idunn just arriving.
Yeah. I would put her, A, like, a little bit below Sothis.
Yeah, so I'd put her probably below Duo Micaiah, but, like, above the baby Erika. I think the fact that
That's
harmonic,
fair.
that harmonic skill, just any sort of dance skill is so good. And they are really good offensively, but once again, being a limited unit kind of puts them not quite on the S tier level.
Yeah. And their C skill isn't the greatest, because with everyone 2 exists now, and obviously they're not going to put it on this one, because it's not an armor, so it's not able to do save stuff like Legendary Tiki.
Yeah, exactly. So she's good, though. I would love to get more copies of her down the road when their banner reruns.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this unit coming up next absolutely was the bane of my existence in AR for a long, long time, and still shows up to mess with me sometimes. But it's Valentine's Leif. This unit, I would have argued they would have been S tier when they first came out.
Yeah, because people are not used to dealing with them, I guess, but they're still scary because, like,
They're
all the way to the beginning. Like, if you pair him with Catria, it's like brave hits with that weapon is ridiculous.
Yeah, well, and they were the first unit to come with Fatal Smoke as well, which was just a nightmare.
And then they stopped damage reduction like halfway.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, this is still a really good unit. You also, honestly, they can be really tanky too. Like, so even if you go in and physically hit them, you might not kill them in one hit.
Yeah.
So
and their dual skill has like one of the most complicated ones. I don't remember exactly, but it's like.
Yeah, I am looking for it here, and I think even Game Press said, no, we're not going to show their duo skill. So.
Really?
Yeah, they really just said, no, this is too much. Thankfully, I wanted to get them so bad last year, and I had to go really hard on that banner, but I did get them. So I can pull up their skill in just a moment here. I had to skip this year's Valentine's banner. Two. Yeah, that's true.
Two of them, so I didn't get any hand yet.
No. Well,
but I eventually got her later on a Hero Fest.
Yeah. Now she's gonna be in the code section now too, which is really nice.
Yeah, the codes. She's my favorite genealogy character.
Oh yeah, you liked her in genealogy, yeah? Yeah, they split them up.
One that's not there. She's the only hero's character on that list.
They split them up. Interesting. All right, so their duo skill deals damage to foes within 3 spaces equal to 10 plus 50% of total damage dealt to HP of allies within 3 spaces, and inflicts attack and speed -7 on foes within 3 spaces of unit through their next actions. In a way, it's similar to the fact that Leif will deal damage, and I think Thrashir as well. They deal damage with their personal, builds themselves as their own units. So it's drawing on that. Plus, with Fatal Smoke, then you can't heal up afterwards. So they're very deadly, which makes sense.
Yeah,
they're from hell.
I don't know if the Duos was the best, though.
It's definitely fallen off. They're still a threat as a unit themselves, but I don't know how good their duo skill is. I'm inclined to go with A though for them. I think they still stand out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, if you were a super 8th rates player, then a guy who's super hard 8th rates, they might argue that he'd be still an S tier.
Yeah, no, exactly. But I'm inclined to say we'll put them below Sigurd because Dancer just goes a little bit above in my mind, but Duo Leif is still a really it's scary. I encountered a +10 one in Arena. Thankfully, Legendary Dimitri could just player phase them, but I was like, I don't want to get hit by this duo at all.
I'm pretty sure Dimitri could take it.
He probably could. It's still, I get scared though. Dimitris don't have good res.
But you got the speed base. Maybe you get speed res solo seal. Maybe.
Oh, trust me, I'm already running it.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I do.
Okay,
yes.
It's fair. You don't want to risk it.
I do not know.
I personally would put him a little bit above Sigurd.
Yeah.
I understand.
Okay. No, I can agree with that. I am willing to move units around. So yeah, we can definitely good.
I don't care. It's up to you.
But yeah, no, they're both in A. I moved Leif to the top. They're good, and they also, we haven't touched on the art much, but I do think their art is really, really nice too.
Yep, he's wearing his face mask too.
Listen, if Leif can stay safe, so can you guys, okay? Alright, I think the next 2 units, I'm just gonna make the call and just move them both up to S tier. It's Duo Ninja Korin and Duo Ninja Lin.
Yeah, I agree. Although you can argue Lin fell off a little bit.
She did, but she's still such an offensive powerhouse. I strongly think she should maybe be the bottom of S. I'm gonna just for my own selfishness, Ninjoran's at the top of S. But
oh yeah, definitely Ninjoran's at the top. There's no other.
Yeah,
there's no other Marine tone, right?
I think Olwen might be, but Olwen's stats just are. They're Gen 1 stats.
Green Olwen isn't.
No, okay, then yeah, no, she's
a blade tone.
Yeah, then nope, it's only Duo Ninja Korin, and a Brave tome that can hit as hard as she can is incredible. Yep. And Duo Lin just, they have so much offensive power still. They scare me.
They scare you?
They scare me.
Always Vice or Quad.
Yeah.
But I used to think she was the best Dagr unit, but now I think Yuri's the best one.
Oh, Yuri overtook that spot for sure. There's been a lot of good Dagr units lately. Yeah, I would put her, since her and Ninja Korin are so similar, they can be at the top together. I think they...
And they have the same dual skill pretty much.
Exactly, yeah. They both grant another action to themselves. Dancing yourself is just a whole other level of good. They're just...
Yeah, it feels so dirty whenever I use them in
I do and don't, because I use Ninja Lin in AR and I use Duo Korin in Arena, and I'm just like, listen, I gotta do what I gotta do.
Yeah.
So
definitely S tier.
S tier for sure from both of us, because God, you honestly, you don't need to merge either of them. I don't have my Lynn merged whatsoever. I only ever got the free copy of her from A Hero Rises, and she is so good.
Yeah, the only Brave Dagr.
Only Brave Dagr. I'd say she's still in the top 5.
There is another one. What's her name again? The green has it, I think.
Oh, that's true.
But hers isn't as good. I mean, she has the movement, but she doesn't have the -1 cooldown.
No, I think Lynn, yeah, the duo Ninja Lynn still comes out over top.
Yeah.
So, they're both S tier. Alright, moving on to our next duo here. I really like this duo personally. This is the New Year's Alfonse duo with him and Sharena, which is really sweet, and it's really good art.
Their art is super cute.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite art in the whole game, I think. It's just, the colors are all so well done. Like, they just look amazing. They get it's a fun duo skill, and it works perfect. Like, it's perfect for them because you want them to have their special triggered. So it grants special cooldown count -2 to unit and infantry allies within 3 rows and 3 columns centered on the unit. And because they get a -1 cooldown in their own weapon, it allows them to use Open the Future really quickly. They have Close Counter, Special Spiral, and Defense Res Oath. So
yeah, I think they're pretty good. They're like, there's a lot. I guess there's a lot of blue mages now in competition, but they're very unique because there isn't that many infantry blue mages that are like good on both sides of the spectrum defensively.
No, absolutely. He has very high defense. I gave mine a Gatekeeper to give him close reversal, and they make really good use of it.
Yeah. Like, his main weakness is the fact that he's just slow. That's about it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think he's solid all around.
Yeah,
so good weapon. It's got easy. It's really easy for him to get specials for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Do good duo skill. So I put him A.
I put him A as well. I don't think he quite fits into, sort of like the top upper, but like I put him kind of, in between. I put him after. We right now have duo Liv, duo Sigurd, and then Sothis in the top 3, followed by Micaiah and Tiki. So I put him after Tiki. So before Erika and Idunn. The granting special cooldown mixed with their special spiral and their weapon, you can just instantly get them throwing specials out there. And they have a PRF special, which is amazing.
Oh, right. Yeah, I didn't even mention that. Open the Future.
Yep, which is really, really good. So you want them to have high defense. So very, very solid duo unit. But definitely, not quite S tier because they are in a class that's really congested.
Yeah. But they are still pretty unique because, like, the top blue mages are, like, Micaiah, Peony, I guess, but that's a dancer.
Yeah.
But they don't have the defense he has.
No, exactly. He has very high defense. Very good. All right. Well, I think another New Year's unit this is another unit I will argue is an S tier. It's the duo Peony. And
yeah, I argue she's a top 10 unit in the entire game.
Yeah, I have my 1 copy of her, and she is just so good. So she's going to go up there with Ninja Corn and Ninja Lynn. Because, my God, you can just use her dance skill on anybody. Her weapon grants such a good effect. And she's not bad offensively either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she doesn't hit like a wet noodle. She actually can hit.
She can actually hit. When you have... mine is plus speed minus attack, and mine still hits pretty darn well. So I am very happy that this unit's in the game. It's kind of shocking that she didn't make it into Hero Rises. But maybe people...
Yeah, I guess people just don't know how good she is, I guess.
Yeah.
So many units now.
I think it's also just unfortunate that the banner she debuted on and then reran on, they combined it with the previous year's banner.
Yeah, why did they do that?
I will never understand why they did that. They messed up so hard.
Yeah, that just hurts their sales, honestly.
It really did.
Because then people are going to be turned off by a color share. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't want to summon here anymore. Why did they combine them?
Exactly, yeah. They have their...
Yeah, I'm super glad that they exist, because I don't think... If I didn't have dual Peony, I wouldn't be able to beat a lot of the Abyssal maps that I do.
Oh, yeah. No, neither would I. I use them in every Abyssal clear.
Yeah. They're just, how can you not use them?
Exactly. So, yeah, people... If you don't have a duo Peony, Just hope that you can get one eventually on like a rerun
and the
banner.
duo skill gets you another dance, so they're just like super good.
Yeah, exactly. So good. Absolutely S tier unit. So we're getting down. I think we're down to our last 10 units here. We got some really good ones coming up too. So we have 2 pirate units next. We will start with Pirate Hinoka, which I think a lot of people are excited for Pirate Hinoka and Pirate Camilla. And they do have a really good bow because it's effective against armor.
Yeah.
They come with trace skill as well. I think they also have attack speed push 4, which is just like, please stop.
Of course.
Please.
Yeah.
And
How
then,
could they not have that, you know?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a fast unit. What do they need? Attack speed push 4. So let's take a look at their duo skill, though, because I have a copy of them that I am not really using. But let's see. So
I've never pulled them, so I have no experience.
that's okay. So their duo skill grants attack and speed +6 to the unit and flying allies within 3 rows or 3 columns centered on unit, and they can move 1 extra space. And then it also inflicts gravity on bow, dagger, tome, and staff foes within 3 rows or 3 columns centered on unit if they are also infantry, armored, or cavalry foes. So they're kind of the updated duo skill of the duo Palla. However, they don't get the effect where they can use the duo skill again. So they can only use it 1 time.
Yeah. What do you think about the duo skill?
The duo skill is, once again, it's unfortunate. It only helps out the flying allies, but the inflicting gravity is really, really nice. I think that upgrade is good.
Yeah, I think it's unique for duo skills, but them as a unit, honestly, I don't want to sound harsh, but I think they're just a worse version of New Year's Dagger.
Oh, yeah. No, I think New Year's Dagger came out and just, as a green bow, blew them out of the water. Looking back, though, at Mermaid Bow 2, as long as their HP is above 25%, they get attack and speed +6. And then, if they initiate combat too, and their speed is greater than the foes, and they have weapon triangle advantage, they can attack twice first. So they do get a brave effect in there, but it's a very limited one. They have to have the higher speed. Yeah, so I think they're good. I just don't think they're quite as useful or have as good a duo skill as, say, our S tier or even A tier units. So I'm inclined to put them at the top of B.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, they also have adaptive damage, I think, too, right?
They do, yeah. So like they're a really good unit. Don't get us wrong, guys. They're a good unit, but you have duo Dagr as a green flying bow now. I don't know.
It brings more to the table.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, they might even hit harder because they can debuff the foe. I mean, the brave effect's always nice, but...
Yeah, I just think the condition on the weapon is really interesting, but it has too many limitations. And then their duo skill, very nice upgrade from duo Palla, but it also, once again, it's a limited skill.
Yeah, so where'd you say you put her?
I put them at the top of B.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah, I think
if Dagr didn't exist, then maybe A.
Yeah, if we didn't have New Year's Dagr, then they would definitely rank higher. And their armor effectiveness is nice too, but there's, units above them, like Spring Idunn, who has armor effectiveness, she does much better, I think. So, yeah.
She kind of probably struggles against, like, Brave Hector, even if she has color advantage.
No, exactly, yeah. No, I've seen mine struggle against... I've seen mine struggle against Brave Hector, so I can vouch that, yeah, Pirate Hinoka is not the Brave Hector answer.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. So we have Pirate and Veronica next, and she got paired up with Xander in a harmonic duo, which is really sweet. Like, I do like the pairing.
Big brother dynamic.
Exactly, yeah, and he's a very good big brother. So their harmonized skill grants resonant shields, so it gives defense and res +4. And then, I think that's all their harmonized skill does, looking at it. Because they were one of the earlier harmonized units. I was about to say there's more.
Yeah, right. It only gives stats. That's it.
Yeah, so at the start of every third turn, if harmonized skill has already been used, unit can use the harmonized skill again, so it can be used again. Their Gate Anchor Axe gives special cooldown count -1. If unit is not adjacent to ally, grants defense or res +5 to unit, and inflicts defense res -5 on foe during combat, and unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack. So they are very defensive based. They have attack defense solo 4, lol attack defense 3, and then attack defense gap 3, which is okay.
Yeah, you never see gaps those.
Yeah, so
as a unit, like, I keep saying this, but if we made this tier list a long time ago, they'd be up there because
oh yeah,
there's so
absolutely.
many more X-Cavs now. And when she came out, she was like the third one in the entire game, or like fourth.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you now have like
there's. I can fit them all in your palm of your hand.
You're like, I have this many X-Cavs and it's only a few. But now you have like Lex. Lex came out after them, and he's a really amazing free-to-play option. So
yeah, and Violent too.
Yeah. So why are you gonna invest in the harmonized duo unless you're like a big fan of them? Like, they
and
just...
Also, the weird thing about her weapon is, like, it doesn't inflict... I wish it inflicted attack debuff.
Yeah, it's defense and res.
Why is it doing res? Like, I mean, sure, you're going to reduce the iceberg damage.
Yeah, and I guess it's to play into their resonant shields effect, but unfortunately their harmonized skill is really lackluster because it was one of the first. And just... I don't know. As a unit, I think there's better free-to-play options now, too. So I'm inclined for either the bottom of B or the top of C.
Who do we have in C again?
Palla, so we have duo Palla and then duo Hector right now.
Yeah, I'd probably put her top of C maybe. Like,
yeah, I just unfortunately they don't hold up unless you put investment into them. They're not quite up to the snuff of other harmonized units we've gotten.
Like, that attack, without having that attack debuff, kind of hurts. Because I've seen ones that have, like, +10 ones with, like, Heavy Blade. But you can't proc Gale Force as easy because you don't have an attack debuff.
No,
you have a res debuff, which is weird.
Yeah, that res debuff, looking back on that, I'm like, God, why do they have that?
Yeah, but at the time they came out, they were pretty damn good.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Like you were saying, like that, the Axe Cavalry pool was rather limited, so they were a really good premium option. It's just you've gotten better free-to-play options now, though, so...
Yeah.
They're...
Like last year, they started adding Axe Cavs. We got more Axe Cavs within, like, 4 months than we had previously gotten in 2 years.
That's so insane. I do remember the point where it was like every Tempest Trial unit was an Axe Cav.
Yeah, and I remember tweeting about that, and people were like, yo, I didn't realize that, and like...
No, I didn't either. I was like, dang.
Yeah, Phoenix Master was like, I really wish intelligence systems would, like, spread out the distribution of class types better.
Okay, absolutely. I completely agree with both him and you. That's, oh my goodness. Oh, good old IS.
I'm glad we have more X-Cavs now.
So am I, yeah. Unfortunately, Pirate Veronica is just not up to snuff anymore.
She's super, super slow.
Yeah, no, the weapon gives them that follow-up, which is good, but just then not quite getting into the top tiers, so... We have up next, Plegian Dorothea. Ooh, she got paired in the harmonized unit with Lean from Genealogy. And they also give resonant shields, but they also do the dance effect to a unit from the same game that has highest HP within 2 spaces if they've already acted. And we like dancing skills.
So many of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of 3 houses characters in the game. There are... unfortunately not as many genealogy characters, but there's a good bunch.
I think they have more than Thracia of those.
Yeah, genealogy has more than Thracia, so I just for the dance effect, she also is a fairly good unit herself as well. Once again, like one of these like hard-hitting mages.
Mm-hmm. And her weapon's like a what is it, Omni Chill kind of deal?
It is.
Somebody that has the highest stat.
Yeah.
It's okay. Okay.
So I mean, I don't know.
You think she's better than Sigurd? You think she's better than Sigurd?
I think she's better than Sigurd. I think she was an improvement from Sigurd. I don't think she's better maybe than Duo Leif, so I would put her into A, below Duo Leif. What do you think?
I don't know, it's a toss-up for me. I argue Sigurd's better because he has that unique dual skill.
True. Plus he's a cav dancer. So maybe...
we have a lot of flying dancers, but...
So maybe just below...
Yeah, because her weapon doesn't give her any offenses.
No, it's just the chill effect.
Attack, but Sigurd at least gets attack and res. But
Mm-hmm.
Dorothea is just like a chill, I think.
Yeah, she gives that Omni chill effect, and She does come with a rain skill, which of course, you look at a premium flyer and you gotta give them a rain skill.
And she comes with a weird impact. The one that we never
She has... I had it open just a second ago. She comes with Swift Impact. So it grants her speed +7 and res +10. And she comes with Firestorm Dance 2. So if she's dancing, it grants attack and speed +3. There are better B skills you can run on her.
Yeah. You know about the dancing memes. Like, have you fought someone in Arena Assault that has skills on their...
If you go and check out my current arena from today, I ran into a Deluge Dance 2 team.
Yeah.
I
don't know why they do that, right?
Yep. It's very funny. It's always kind of funny seeing those teams.
Yeah, they're just trying to help us out and make it...
Yeah. Shout out to those people. Shout out to those people.
Yeah, shout out to those people.
So, yeah, I'd argue for sure A, just because her usefulness is really important, but I can agree that Sigurd does have a really unique duo skill, and it's not limited to just their game. It can be used on anybody.
Yeah, I would put her a little bit below Sigurd.
Yeah, so she'll hang out there. Alright, we have one of these harmonized units where it's like you're in the same universe, but you're a harmonized pair. It is Leif and Seliph. The Scion boys. And I feel like there was such a big fuss when they came out. Everyone's like, oh my god, this unit is just, it's amazing. And they're kind of just their upgraded legendary Leif, I'd say.
Yeah, to a degree. I mean, they don't have the Brave effect, but they have a lot more stuff.
No, they got a lot of stuff here. So let's take a look at their harmonized effect first. So, they give Resonance Blades, and it will grant the following effects to unit and allies from the same title for 1 turn. So, it will give them Desperation, and if unit initiates combat, unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack. So, the Desperation effect is, I think we've seen that already on another unit, but it's definitely helpful. And their bow... Yeah, and their bow enables Canto 1. I mean, Canto 1 is not Canto 2, but it's still Canto. Mm-hmm. And they have Leaf Special of Nijorn's Zeal. They have Attack Speed Catch 4, which is easily one of the best skills you can give a cavalry unit. They have S-Drink. I don't know many people who keep S-Drink on, but someone... Exactly. It's very good for Tempest Trials. And they also come with Pulse Smoke, which is just, still to this day, one of the most useful skills to have.
Yeah.
So, I mean, good unit, I'd say. Very good unit. I have 1 copy of them, and I like using them.
Yeah, they're actually kind of annoying to deal with because they have the miracle effects. So,
yeah.
You know, if you tank them, and then you're like, oh, I can kill them when they survive, and then the dancer comes in, Wings of Mercies them. And then you die.
Yeah, so you can't tank them. You got to be very careful around them. That miracle effect is certainly something else.
Yeah, it's super unique because we don't really have many weapons with miracle in it.
No, I mean, really, like, the only other really big notable miracle unit that's limited is Legendary Faye.
True, and Ace Seliph has it as Refine, but nobody uses that Refine now.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know many people who use that one, so I think in terms of unit-wise, too, they are good. Would you put them up, though, with our S-tier list? I don't know if I'd put them into S-tier. I'd definitely rank them into A-tier, though.
I think A is more fitting. I guess you can argue it's maybe bottom of S, maybe.
Maybe. I just think there's others.
Prioritize, I guess.
Yeah, I'm inclined to put them above Halloween Sothis and then below the Plegian Dorothea. I think that's.
I might put them above Dorothea.
Maybe I'm gonna leave them there.
At the end of the day, they still are a ranged Gale Force.
Yeah, having that Gale Force is helpful. So we can. You know what? They Leif and Seliph can hang out with Sigurd, which is very appropriate. I think that's good, yeah. So we'll go on to the next. This is another harmonized duo unit. So this was Spring Myrrh and Spring Nah. So this was I believe they're a colorless flying dragon.
I don't think there's many of those.
No, if any others really. So they're in a very...
I can't think of any right now.
No, they're in a very particularly, class of their own. And they're very... God, they're really tanky. I always use them for limited hero maps because they're super good.
They are. I have one copy as well.
Yeah, just the one copy is perfect for them. So, let's find their info here. So, they come with Distant Counter, they have Dragon's Ire, and Attack Res Rain. Their weapon, Accelerate Special Cooldown -1. If foe initiates combat or if foe's HP is at 100%, at the start of combat, it gives them +5 to all stats during combat and reduces damage from attacks during combat by 40%, excluding like the usual like Roker and area of effect stuff. So they are tanky. Let's see.
It's straight up flat damage reduction. It's not based on getting more speed or anything. It was actually pretty damn good.
Yeah, and just looking here too, they are the only other colorless dragon that's flying, along with the legendary female Robin. So they are very, very limited.
Right.
They grant Resonance Blade, and they grant the following effect to unit and allies from the same titles as unit for 1 turn. Foe cannot make a follow-up attack, and then neutralizes effective against flying bonuses. Ooh. So you can just stick them in the range of archers and not have to worry about that.
Yeah, so what do you think? I have an opinion about them.
I don't have like a strong opinion about them. They are a really good unit. But looking at everybody else that we've ranked so far, like I'm inclined to say A tier. I don't know if I'd put them in S tier though. What about you?
I put him in S, or at least bottom.
Yeah, you think bottom of S? Okay.
Because a flat damage reduction is
Yeah.
kind of dumb.
Yeah, damage reduction nowadays is kind of king.
They have -1 cooldown. They can stop flying bonuses. They have extra stats in their weapon. They're also colorless, so they're not weak to other colors besides Raven Tones, but those are rare.
Yeah, I don't know many people who are running Raven
They're
Tones.
the only other flying colorless dragon besides the other one.
True.
Robin.
I think I might have been... I might have been underestimating them a bit, but I can see it. Yeah, bottom of S for sure. Then yeah, I can see that.
Like, I mean, I don't have issues against them because I have all the Marths, so they can just kill her. But like, if you don't have an answer to her, she can get really annoying, and then you can stack damage reduction. I don't know. I just think they're really unique.
They're definitely in a unique. Yeah, they're definitely in a unique class type, and having high defense and res too is always handy. Like just looking at the copy I have. I got a fairly nice IV. They're plus HP minus speed because they don't want speed. So they have right now 40 defense and 35 res. So they can tank really well. So I can definitely agree with the bottom of S. I think I might have just been underestimating them because there's so many good duo and harmonized units.
Yeah, there is. I mean, you can put them top of A. I'd be fine with that.
No, we'll leave them bottom of S for now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they can definitely go up in there. All right. Well, let's see. How many do we have left? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units left. So let's plow with them. Summer Byleth is a duo that grants a desperation effect, just like you said. And they also have, at start of every third turn, if duo skill has already been used, they can use their duo skill again. So that's really handy. I think everyone was super excited for the Desperation duo skill when it came out. They also come with Ruptured Sky, Attack Speed Push 4, because why not? They have Chill Speed Res 2 and Ground Orders 3.
Personally, they were pretty good when they came out because there wasn't that many Red Mage Flyers that could do what they do, like the no follow-up wind sweep thing that we've seen in a million units.
Mm-hmm.
And their weapon's pretty good, but I think there's like a speed check in there, which is kind of hard for them now because there's a lot faster units now.
Is, yes. So it's at start of combat if the unit speed is greater than foe's speed, or if the foe's HP is 100%. It gives them attack and speed +5, and then neutralizes effects that guarantees foe follow-ups and effects that prevent units follow-up. So It's good, but getting them that speed check, you need to make sure they're max invested.
Yeah, they're really similar to Constance. It's like a trade-off between them.
Yeah, and Constance
has like more debuffs, but then she has the -1.
Yeah, and
Violet has the -1.
Yeah, and Constance though is far more accessible now too, being in the regular pool versus the limited hero nature of the duo Violet. But they're still offensively strong if you invest in them.
Sure.
And the desperation effect is nice. I wouldn't put them in B, but I'd put them kind of low A tier.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Probably low A.
Oh, we can
or A minus if you were
A minus, yeah. So we'll put them at the bottom of A. Definitely still good, just not as good as they used to be, as you often see with older duo units.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And like it's not like the flyers have gotten. I mean, I guess they got traces, but you don't want to run trace on her because she has.
No, exactly. Yeah, you want to put wind sweep on her. That's what I've put on mine. It's just much better because then she can double hit, and generally she can nuke people, but you have to invest in her.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Well, this unit caused controversy in many ways. It's Summer Sheeta. And I was honestly so shocked she didn't make it into Hero Rises. Like,
yeah, honestly, I think people sleep on her.
Can we agree on, do we want to put her in S tier?
I mean, you already know my answer. I think.
Yeah, I think I think they're S tier. I mean, gosh, she just like grants. She's effective against most units in the entire game. First of all, like that's so incredibly busted. Like you can't.
She's the only other unit besides her young version that's effective against Brave Hector.
Yeah, exactly.
Two units.
Yeah, it's just Sheeta. Sheeta's like, hello, I am your one threat. So yeah, this unit she's green. Yeah, so got the weapon advantage. I will agree with you. I think she's super slept on.
She has Canto. She has +5 to everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then she also comes with Flow Refresh, which is, I mean, I'd say Flow Guard is better overall.
But Flow Refresh for the time was a super big hit because Flow Guard came out afterwards.
Yeah, but it's still good if you want the healing. But I guess Guard effect's better.
Yeah.
Die.
Yeah, so right now, our S tier, we have Ninja Corin and Lynn at the top, followed by Duo Peony. I'd probably put Azura next to Peony, because they're both dancers. And then we have Bridal Catria, Duo Chrom, Dagr, we have Bunny Myrrh, and then Sheeta. So I don't think Sheeta's at the bottom. I think
I put Sheeta above Myrrh, probably.
Yeah, above Myrrh, I don't know. I think Duo Dagr granting Pathfinder is just completely busted. So I think though Sheeta with the Duo Plumeria, they belong there. And they also have the dance harmonized skill as well because Plumeria's in the duo.
Yeah, that's helped me a lot for the Martha stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love using them in resonance battles. They're so much fun.
For sure.
All right, we have a couple summer duos coming up here. We have the duo Summer Hilda, which was Hilda and Marianne. And they are a flying healer, which is a fairly limited class. I know we only have like one free-to-play option, which is Flying Nana.
Mm-hmm.
So let's pull up their effect. They also came with even recovery, attack speed, push 4, because you can't go wrong with that. And then they also had Nudge Plus, which was it's still a really good healing skill. You basically give shove and a heal. It's just super duper handy. And they're not bad for offensive wise too. So
yeah, they can actually hit pretty hard. What do you think?
I definitely am thinking. Let's see here. Well, they also come with Dazzling. I want to confirm that. And then they inflict an isolation status, and their duo skill can be used again. I'd put them into A, at the very least.
Yeah. When she came out, she started doing, because Brave Lucina was for a while the only really good support unit, and they can do the drive breath, but then Hilda also does it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think it's slightly different, but it's still like a similar thing, and she can heal, which Bridal unit can't do.
No, exactly. Yeah. So support wise, really good.
Yeah, support wise, I'd argue she's better, but because she's mainly a support unit, you know. And isolation was really good. And that saved my ass like a couple times. I remember I was doing an abyssal map, and there was a healer that I couldn't stop from healing because I needed him to attack me instead of healing to beat in one turn.
Yeah.
I used Hilda's isolation to stop him from healing.
Excellent. So definitely a lot of good uses.
Well.
Oh yeah, definitely lots of good uses. So definitely like A. I'd say on the higher end of A too, maybe below Dorothea.
I actually think she's better than Dorothea.
You think? Oh my god, I'm like trying to pump Dorothea so hard. I'm like, girl.
We have so many units in the S tier now, right? So.
True. This is A tier. So yeah, would you put them below the harmonized Leif pairing then? Kinda just an A tier there.
That's tough.
Yeah, I think they're about equal. Like they're both above Dorothea, so they can sit beside each other.
Yeah, it's just hard for me to say because they're two completely different units.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. But I do think that Duo Hilda belongs in A tier. They're a very unique healing class, and also they're the only unit that has even recovery.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, that's.
I could have sworn to someone else with that skill.
No, they. I think they're the only unit right now. I mean, even if there's only like one other unit, that's still pretty darn rare.
Yeah, A's fine.
A is good. A is good for them.
But what did you put her A?
Nope. I put her at the top of A.
Okay.
She's in the top 5 ranking of A, which I think is pretty good placement for her. Yeah. All right. Well, our last summer unit on the list is this was, I believe, the first ever harmonized pair, which was Summer Mia and quotation marks Marth. So, which is quotation marks Marth, aka Lucina. So their harmonized effect only granted Resonance Blade, but it could be used again if you had already used it at the start of every third turn. So that's handy. It only gave attack and speed +4 though. So harmonized skill-wise, not the best. They came with Swift Sparrow 3. Yeah, Swift Sparrow 3, speed defense snag, and attack speed gap. And then their weapons, Summer Strikers, it gave -1 cooldown. And if their HP was above 25% at the start of combat and they initiated, it gave them attack and speed +5 and reduced damage from foes' first attack by 75%.
Yeah, that's no joke.
That's real. God, I kind of forgot that was a thing in their weapon. That's really good.
Yeah, 75 is no joke.
That's like on par with like the damage reduction that Brave Marianne can get.
Yeah, I think hers is 70.
Yeah, that's.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's really high. So that's actually their weapon's really good. I feel like Swift Sparrow 3 is of course a good skill, but I don't know about the rest of their kit.
Isn't the best though. Snag is.
Yeah, snag is only applicable in a couple situations, but just their weapon alone, I'd like to put them maybe at the bottom of A.
Yeah, I fought a couple in Aether Raids, and if you don't have, like I said, 75 is no joke.
No, exactly.
And they attack you, and then you forget that it does that much damage reduction. And even if you trigger a special, it's like almost like you're hitting Legendary Claw.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I completely forgot about that damage reduction. So just that alone, I think makes them a really valuable duo unit for sure.
Yeah, even if their kit's not the best, I mean, you can still run.
Exactly. You can invest into them and make them, I think, a really, really, like with a trace especially, for them to hit and run, that's impressive then.
And like, I'm trying to think of any other Dagr cabs, because there isn't that many Dagr cabs that have a PRF.
There are not, no. Sadly, Summer Lind didn't get a PRF.
But thank God that Courtly fan exists, so at least I can do something cool.
Exactly. A Courtly fan saved daggers without PRFs.
Yeah. But Mia's definitely, I think she's the best Dagr cav. Unless I'm
No, our most recent Dagr cav is the Hatari Dean, and I would not place him as high as I would Harmonize Mia. Yeah, so definitely not. But still a good free to play option if you're not gonna have Harmonized Mia. But I think that weapon is just absolutely good. Like, dang.
Just a better Summerland.
Yeah.
Everybody's better than my girl.
Copium. Copium. So
I can care less.
Nah. Awesome. So we're down to our last 4 duo units. So starting off, we have Valentine's Alm. I'm gonna argue for this duo because I really like their duo skill. So it restores 30 HP, neutralizes penalty, and grants attack and speed +6 to unit and allies within 5 rows and 5 columns centered on a unit for 1 turn. So that healing is super good, neutralizing penalties and buffs as well, and a pretty big range. That's really, really helpful.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So they also... Yeah, and most people don't really remember this, and I'm just like, that is a really good duo skill. Their special is Lunar Flash as well. Their kit itself, unfortunately, is not the best. It's bonus doubler 3, lull attack speed, and rouse speed res 3, so you could definitely put a better kit on them. But,
yeah, for sure.
But between that duo skill, Lunar Flash, they have Scepter of Love that gives them speed +3. And if they get bonus granted by a skill like Rally or Hone, and their unit, and their HP is above 70% at the start of combat, thanks, grants bonus to units attack equal to 25% of foes' defense, and inflicts penalty on foes' attack equals 25% of foes' res. So I don't know why they're going with the defense and res thing again. It's kind of like Pirate Veronica in that sense.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
But that duo skill alone, I think, puts them into A tier.
Yeah. So you think they're A? So I might argue they're even B at this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna argue.
Duo skill's very good.
I'm gonna argue bottom of A, like below Summer Mia.
That's fair. I just think there's so many good axe infantry units. Like,
oh, there is for sure.
I'd
yeah.
argue like free to play ones are almost even better, more consistent, like Legion or what's his name, Linus Balthus. Yeah. I would say Balthus is better, but
he's a very good free to play option though. Linus got that really good new refine though.
Yeah, for sure. Like until he gets his refine, we're gonna see. I don't think you don't see him that much.
No, I've seen a couple +10 ones in Arena, which is fun. But he definitely needs a rework of the kit. So maybe I've never had trouble dealing with him though. I can counter him, yeah. So we'll I will put him in the top of B. I feel like his duo skill is not appreciated enough. I don't think a lot of people think on it.
Yeah. And also they have Lunar Flash, which
yeah.
Still pretty good.
That is still good. Wait till we get Lunar Flash 2.
I know, right?
That's gonna be coming.
Why didn't Ulm get a remix?
Yeah. Yeah, the fact that we're only getting Azura is kind of interesting.
I think they just ran out of ideas, like, okay, we need to
yeah.
more about it.
They're like, we need some more time for Ulm.
Yeah, we're not ready to get yet.
Yeah. Our last 3 are the winter units. So we have Winter Altina. This is once again the pairing of, they're from the same game in the sense, but they're not because it's Path of Radiance Sonic-y, and then Altina is like Radiant Dawn. So they grant Resonance Blades, and they also give Vantage to themselves.
That's really good in my opinion.
Yeah, so you just get rid of
the Brave weapon.
Yeah, they have a Brave weapon, Attack Res Unity, which is still a really rather rare skill. They have Null Seed Disrupt, and then yeah, it's a very good weapon because they can also counterattack at any range. They have built-in DC. I think their duo unit, I think they've still aged well. I think that skill is really good still. I mean, look at Legendary Sheeta. She got Vantage in her weapon.
Yeah. It's really useful because I have a copy of her in Arena Assault, like the last battle. I'm just trying to rush through it. I'm like, oh, there's a unit I can definitely OHKO or 2-hit KO because they're really frail. I'll just plop Altina here and just use Vantage and they're dead.
Yeah.
They don't have party bearing.
Absolutely. I think we can safely put her into A.
I think top of A.
You think top of A? Yeah, I would
If it was a year
agree.
Ago, I would put her in S.
Oh yeah, S tier for sure. Like back when she came out, she was a big deal.
Yeah.
I
but
would.
Even regular ult, is kind of slept on in my opinion. Like, obviously she's not the best, but like Twin Blades is still a really good special.
No, absolutely. I still like to pull mine out for bonus season in Aether raids. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And this duo just improved on that.
Yeah, and their duo is pretty much a better version. And I keep thinking they're flying. I still can't.
I know. Their infantry is because the regular Altina's flying, and I'm just like, wait, you can't fly. Same here. So I agree with their placement in top of A tier. I think that is really accurate for them.
But like for a time, you could argue that they were top 3 sword infantry.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, just they had so many good things going for them. There's just a lot of units that have come out since then that kind of go over top of them. Mm-hmm. All right.
This encounter brave weapon is no joke.
Absolutely. And wait, someday they'll get that refined, which is crazy to think about. So we got 2 more units. The first one being Winter Lysithea. This is the harmonized pair of Lysithea and Lute. So they get attack +6. They grant resonance blades and bonus doubler to unit allies from the same titles. They also have Sweet Yule Log. So they get a tome that also can give a brave effect depending on their speed. And they come with Spit Sparrows 3, Attack Res Far Trace, and they have Sea Feud 3, and they're currently the only unit with the Sea Feud 3 skill.
Yeah, feud skills are still pretty good.
Yeah, so overall, like a really solid kit, a really solid unit. Another unit I was surprised to not see rank in A Hero Rises.
Yeah, but then again, there's so many units, like...
Yeah.
I guess there was a reason it was pretty much all greens.
Yeah, all green banner.
Where did she place in Hero Rise? I don't remember.
I don't even know if she was in the top 20. Like there was so much hype when she came out, and then the Hero Rises came up and everyone's like, I think Hatari Azura overshadowed her because Hatari Azura came out the following month.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think most of the hype for her was the fact that it was Lysithea.
Yeah, they're
so popular.
Plus,
like, as a unit, like she's good, but I don't think she's like meta. I mean, you can argue for Aether raids. If you go to Game Press's tier list, they have her at the top.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's easier to deal with than like other colorless threats like Ninja Lin or.
Yeah, I'm not as scared of her as I am of like Ninja Lin, honestly. Even though Ninja Lin's older.
Yeah.
So
she can definitely pack a punch, of course.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So do we put her either, I would argue, for like near the top of A or bottom of S? Just given the fact that she is colorless, gives that brave effect. And it's just like has good stats and a good starting kit too. You don't have to really change up anything on her kit for her to be good.
Yeah. So it's kind of like Altina, like she's kind of on the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
A and S tier, I guess.
So put her top of A.
Yeah, top of A.
Mm-hmm.
Top of A. I think that's a good place for her.
Yeah, I think that's very, very accurate to where she is right now. And last but not least, Winter.
Hey, I didn't mean to put Martha.
That's okay.
That was an accident. Everybody here is placed randomly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's totally random. We're now going to talk about good old Winter Marth, who is paired. That's his sister, right?
Yeah, it's his older sister, at least.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
I think that's really, really nice.
That's adorable. It's like Alfonse and Sharena wholesome.
Exactly, it is. And they also have really nice art. They're matching with their outfits. Like, it's just very, very good.
And it's one of the most unexpected ones. Because I remember when he dropped, I was like, what? What's getting a Christmas art of all things?
Yeah, exactly. I don't think anyone ever anticipated it.
Yeah. That Christmas banner in general was very unexpected. Like, Winter's, I feel like, right?
Yeah, that's
supposed to be one of the most random seasonals ever, in my opinion.
It was. Well, you also had Winter Sothis on that banner, too, and it's like, what is happening?
I know. But it was exciting because I was able to plus 10 him.
Yeah, Jay has a Marth emblem that's so heavily invested, it impresses me every time I see them.
Yeah, it took 4 years to finish, but it was worth it.
Absolutely. So their duo skill, which is nice because it can apply to all units. It grants attack speed, defense res +3, and bonus doubler to armored and flying allies within 3 rows centered on a unit. So I personally, like, I have a Winter Duo Marth that unfortunately does not see a lot of use, but I think that could be useful as a duo skill.
Sorry, what did you say?
I think as a duo skill, it can be very useful, though. You have more experience using them, though.
Oh, yeah. I've used him the most out of everybody here. But, like, his duo skill is not the best, because Bone Stumbler isn't the best skill right now. But if someone doesn't have a lull skill, or some kind of buff neutralization, it's still really useful. Like, it saved me in Arena, in Abyssal Map slot. You know, when I don't have enough firepower, it can definitely come in clutch. But the unfortunate part of it is that it doesn't affect infantry allies. It only affects flying and armors, which is kind of lame.
Yeah, that's definitely the downside.
The other Marths. So it's like if I want to use the dual skill, I can only affect Winter Marth. I can't even buff.
Oh no! Oh no!
Marths, which is kind of lame.
The other Marths get nothing from it. So he does get his own special. He has Fire Emblem, so that is nice. And then he has Joint Hone Speed, Daring Fighter, and Attack Speed Form 3.
Still the only unit with Daring Fighter, by the way.
That's... Oh my goodness.
2 years, or almost 2 years, I think.
I
mean, it makes sense, because, like, there isn't that many units that... There isn't that many player phase armors.
No, exactly. Yeah, that...
Ranged armor, should I say.
Yeah. You won't want to put that skill on too many, but still, like, a very rare skill. And then their weapon here gives them speed +3 if bonus is granted by a skill like Rally or Hone, and or an extra movement skill by a skill like Armor March or Armored Boots is active. It gives them +3 to all stats and special cooldown charge +1 per their attack. That I didn't really notice till now. That's actually really nice.
Yeah, it is super nice because it stops guard effects and it also synergizes really well with Fire Emblem, so you can proc it on like the second hit.
Yeah.
Really easily. And it's easy to get a buff, so.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Buffs are very easy to do.
Yeah. And now with Savvy Fighter existing, like I made a video using him in Arena. Like with the stance skill, you get the guard effect, and then with Tangristner, you also get the charges, so it kind of makes up for losing Special Fighter if you're running Savvy. So it's pretty good.
Ooh, okay. If you guys haven't checked that out, make sure to go check out JayeE's video. Like, please. So where
Savvy Fighter is a new tech option for him. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So I'm leaving this ranking up to you because I trust you with Winter Marth. Where should he go on our tier list?
Obviously S. No, okay.
S tier, S tier.
That's my boy, so he has to be S tier. No, okay. I'd put him A. Maybe not near the top. I mean, who did you put near the top, A?
So right now we have Winter Altina and Winter Lysithea, followed by the Valentine's Leif, and then the Dancing Sigurd. And then we have Harmonized Leif, Summer Hilda, Plegian Dorothea, Halloween Sothis, and then it kind of... Everyone after that, you know, the bottom is Summer Byleth and Summer Mia. So would you place them kind of in the middle, or would you place them more near the top or bottom?
Obviously, I'm biased, but yeah, I'd place them near the middle because I mean, you rarely see them with, like, a lot of these people, or a lot of these duos, because they're seasonal.
Yeah.
But they're kind of slept on because there isn't that many ranged armors. I know Ignatz just came out a few months ago, and he's pretty good. But he has better stats than Marth. But Marth has a PRF, and Marth also has Fire Emblem.
Yeah, and gives a harm duo skill effect. So. Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot more going for Winter Marth than Winter Ignatz in a sense, even though Ignatz's stats are higher.
Yeah. More potential. And, you know, Savvy Fighter that just came out, like, it gives him a lot, makes him a lot better in my opinion, like, makes him more versatile as a unit, because not only is he offensive nuke, because Daring Fighter with Tangristner and Fire Emblem is no joke. You just, like, nuke stuff. It is weird, though, using him as an armor, because he can't move.
Because every other Marth you have, besides, like, the Wedding Marth, every other Marth is infantry.
Yeah, so it's kind of weird to use him, but if you, like, he's good offensively, he's good defensively, if you invest into him, like I have.
Mm-hmm.
But even, like, a one-off copy can nuke with, like, Daring Fighter. So I think he's pretty good. I put him near the middle, maybe.
Yeah, I put him...
Did you say in between Sigurd and Leif, maybe? He's a little worse than Leif.
Yeah, so I had him just below Dorothea, but Dorothea will knock down again. We'll put him below Summer Hilda.
Okay, that's fine.
I think that's good.
Again, like I said, I'm biased. So.
Yeah, no, exactly. And honestly, bias is totally acceptable. So, like, in JayeE's heart, they are the top of S tier. But...
Yeah, I just can't wait for the refined, because
I hope it is too for you. So we've ranked all of them. That was a lot of heroes.
That was a lot. 31. Jeez.
Yeah, we ranked them all. Now, of course, this is our opinions and sort of look at what they can bring to the table as a hero and what skills they have, as well as their duo effects. But I think we'd both like to know down in the comments, or you can mention us on Twitter, what you guys think of duo heroes. Do you agree with that, Jay?
Yeah. Feedback's always welcome.
Absolutely. So I just want to say thanks again, Jay, so much for coming on. Why don't you plug yourself a little bit before I end out the video?
I guess, okay, I'll do it. Yeah, so I have a YouTube channel, JayeE or Captain Falchion. I post Smash stuff and Farm Hero stuff now. So pretty much all the Mars content you ever want is there. I also tweet a lot on Twitter because I'm a huge nerd and gamer and whatnot. So want to follow me there. Also follow Elwin, of course.
Oh, thank you. So kind.
Yeah, so we're always trying to grow and just have fun with it. So yeah, just two Fire Emblem nerds here, and I'm glad I was able to make this video.
Yeah,
So, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming on, Jay. I had a lot of fun too.
Yeah, and it's been fun because I've never actually tried to rank them all. Like I've never actually tried to.
I did it once before, but we've had so many come out since then, and there's a lot. And please, guys, let us know what your personal rankings are and how you think we did. But we're gonna head out. I hope you guys all continue to take care of each other and have a great rest of your day now. Bye.
Peace.